Hi, welcome to the Small Talks brought to you by MyWellbeing. My name is Dan Gorman, and today we're going to be answering the question, how do I help a friend dealing with survivor's guilt? How do I support that friend? That's a great question, especially as we approach Veterans Day. Being a veteran myself, I can tell you from personal experience that dealing with survivor's guilt can be a really tough thing. However, the good thing to know is it's not uncommon, and it is a totally normal reaction to a totally abnormal situation. Usually you see it when people have suffered a traumatic loss, such as natural disaster, a car accident, combat deployment, something along those lines. And typically you'll hear them say things like, why did I survive and no one else did? Or why is my house still standing when the tornado destroyed the rest of the town? You know, things like that. And it is straight up guilt. I mean, that's how they feel. And it may not seem like it's rational to you, but to their mind, they can't understand why they were more, they made out of a bad situation when somebody else didn't. So, some of the things to look for with survivor's guilt, they can become irritable, their behavior changes, they have trouble sleeping, or they have trouble getting out of bed, things like that. It can manifest as headaches, physical stomach aches. If you're lucky, your friend is just going to tell you, hey, I feel really guilty about surviving. Again, that cliche, why did I make it out of the car accident and no one else did? Or why did the IED not hit me but it hit my friends? It's not fair. Things like that. So what can you do? The best thing you can do, the best tool you have, first off, is just listen. Be there for them, be present. Listen to them when they're telling you these things and when they're explaining the experience, because as they talk about it, it's really helping them process their feelings about it without them kind of knowing, and it's also helping them place themselves within the situation. And at that point, after you've listened and built a little bit of a rapport with them, and hopefully they're a good friend, you can kind of give them a little nudge and say, was there really anything you could have done? You couldn't have stopped that tornado, could you? You didn't know the IED was there. You didn't know the attack was coming. Car accident, you're not in control of making sure everyone wears their seatbelts or not. Things like that. Now, that's not going to be a cure-all, but it can help them understand that maybe they didn't have as much control over the situation as they thought they should have, and it's a little unrealistic to think that they should have. The next step, though, is you want to really kind of gently try to nudge them and go with, I think you might want to see somebody professional. I think you might want to see a therapist. The reason being is that if left unchecked, survivor's guilt really can, get a lot bigger and go into something much deeper, especially if it's around the month mark and people really haven't started bouncing back or really started feeling better. That can be a sign that this is leading into something like depression or post-traumatic stress disorder. So you really want to listen to what they're saying, hear them. Don't try to give them solutions. Don't try to say, oh, but you're the head of the PTA, or you have a wonderful family, or you have a thriving business, and that's why you survived. Because that's just going to reinforce it for them, and that's going to actually make them feel guilty about feeling guilty. And then people tend to recoil and just kind of get defensive and can go inside without even realizing it. You may not mean to do it, but you can kind of put people off with that. You want to be empathetic and say stuff like, hey, this sounds like a really challenging thing. I can't imagine what it was like. And I think you're a really strong person for talking about it. And I think maybe a therapist or a professional could help you out more with this, but I'm still here for you. That's perfect. Something like that, and just keep doing that. That's really what's called empathetic and active listening. And that's what's going to help. It's going to open the door for them to get more help and get through this and get past this totally normal thing that is keeping them down. Another thing you want to watch out for, though, is self-care for yourself. Definitely be that friend, be supportive, be there for them, but make sure that you're not burning out. This is a really heavy thing to deal with. So make sure that this is not taking a toll on you and making you kind of a broken tool that's unable then to help your friend. So take self-care, set some boundaries, be there for your friend, but make sure you're looking out for yourself, okay? So I hope that answers your question. If you have any more questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you'd like to learn more about me, my name is Dan Gorman. Check out therapyinyourpocket.com. I hope this answers your question about survivor's guilt and how you can help support your friends, especially as we approach Veterans Day. Thanks, stay safe, and have a great day.